Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tactical Chile. My name is Patricio, and with me, as always, Charlie. How are you,
Hello.
Charlie, today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Everyone is doing well at home or wherever
Yeah,
you're listening from?
living the dream. I hope everybody's good. Um, we have today a very special, I will say, episode, Charlie. We are starting what we promised today.
Yes, we are finally starting our Team New Zealand Road to WTC. We've been
Yes.
talking about this series for a little while, and tonight we finally have a awesome guest that we can talk to. Um,
Yes.
and what great timing, given that we are in the sort of T minus 1 month countdown to this year's WTC. Really good to get people talking about it, get people excited, support the team while they're over there, tune into all the streams, and watch Charlie walk in front of a camera looking really, really overweight again.
Yes, I think this is going to be very cool so people can understand all the work that is behind this. It's not just, oh, yes, I pay a plane ticket and let's go roll some dices. It's a lot of work, preparation, and that's what we want to know. That's, I think, what people wants to know, how this happened. So,
Yeah, and why,
that,
and the why. Why would someone want to
yes.
pay that kind of money to go overseas just to roll some dice and
Rolls of dice
yeah,
hanging around.
exactly.
But I think that's why our guest today is the best person to give us that information because um, she was the first captain of the Team New Zealand,
Founding captain.
founding captain. Yes. So um, who is with us today, Charlie?
Today we have Nairi,
Uh,
our awesome captain for the Team New Zealand WTC 2023.
yes.
So,
So
shall we invite
welcome to
Nairi in?
yes. Yes. Give me 1 second. Hello, Nari. How are you?
Hello, we're good.
Good
How are you?
evening.
Evening.
And she even see the captain there.
Oh yeah,
You
there
can
we go.
see it. There is. That's the way to do it, Charlie. Where's your T-shirt?
No, I gave mine away, man.
Oh,
Traded.
trade it. That's the way. Thank you, Nari, for accept this invitation and be with us. It's not very. I don't know. At least I don't find that it's easy to be in front of the camera, talk to the world basically, because you go up to YouTube or Spotify. We are in YouTube and Spotify now. So it is not easy. I still feel weird. I guess while we get talking, we lose a little bit. So thank you. Really appreciate your time. Um, and yeah, welcome to this to Tactical Chile today.
Thank you. Not my natural habitat either, but yeah, more than happy to jump on and talk about WTC.
That is very good. So, um, Anari, Charlie and you were last year in Bruce. Sorry, what's the name? Bruce. Uh, oh, sorry. Um, Belgium. Belgium. Yes.
Ah, you got it. I was just wait. I knew what you're trying to say. I just want to watch you
Yes.
struggle. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's because in Spanish it's Bruselas. It's the name of the capital.
That explains a lot
I
because
couldn't
a lot of the
translate it.
signs said that. Yeah.
Yes, I couldn't translate it. I know the word. If you say it, I will say yes, that one. But I couldn't. I tried. People, I tried. But it's yes, Belgium, Belgium, easy. Um, so I guess the first question it is how this started, Nari. How this Team New Zealand started. Why?
Why? I mean, it had been tried to be started before I got around to organising it. I think Steve Joel was the on paper previous captain, but nothing had ever been actually organised to get a team over there. And it was during 2022. I was following Team Australia and their rise up to take that world champion status. Um, just watching them go through, I was proud of them as where they'd come from and to reach that level. I thought, well, if they can do it, why can't we get over there? I mean, we may not beat them, but at least we can make sure they're not the furthest travelled team.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you guys were following up Australia. That makes sense because we are neighbors and pretty much um, some of the competitive guys have traveled over there and there is a lot of relationship, I guess. And yeah, they did really well on 2022.
Yeah, they came first.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. And then that year, so you're telling me that year there was a potential team, but never got
No,
to
that was
go
the year
there.
before. So I contacted Steve Joel after 2022 WTC and just said, look, how do we go about getting this team together? And he just said, look, just find the players. If you get a team organised, you guys can go off. So I think it was at the NZTC that year. I just got off at the end of it, made an announcement, and just said, whoever's keen, come
Yes, I
chat with
remember
me,
that.
and just to see if we had enough numbers. Like if there wasn't enough people interested, it wasn't worth going after. But I think we had just at NZTC alone, we had 9 people who were interested in going. So
Nice.
we then put out just the posts through the Facebook groups and got the word out and opened up applications.
Yeah, no. I remember that call because I was in that event. Yeah, was kind of like, oh, that's cool. Don't have the money.
It's not a cheap trip.
No, and I need to travel normally to visit family, so yeah. But yeah, that is cool. Charlie, we have also a couple. I'm just trying to recall where are my notes, but you probably are more organized than me. Um, yes. But how long have you been playing 40K, Nari?
I am old school. Old
Old
school.
school. Tell me you are third edition, please.
Rogue Trader.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
cool.
So I
Yeah.
started back. My first army was orcs. I just thought I found the orc book and I just found the idea of just funguses growing up and inhabiting, taking over planets, and you can never get rid of them. Just really sung to me. So that was my first faction,
Nice. The
and
the
played
old
them.
awkward orcs with the accent, the vaulted, pointed out, like they were like
Yep,
this. Yeah.
yep. The
Um,
second edition orcs with the pointy hats.
yes,
Um,
yes.
Love those models.
I still have scars on my feet from stepping on them.
Yes, I
I
I
still
have
need
a
to paint
couple
mine.
of. Never going to happen, Charlie. Not with your pile of shame. So you started back on second edition. Have
Rogue
you
Trader first.
road traded? Sorry, yes.
Yep.
And did you keep playing all the time?
So I played through up until 2001, 2002, third, fourth edition. I think fourth had just
Yep.
come out.
Yeah.
And it was at the stage I went off to uni and it was just time to put away the kids' toys. And so they kind of got put into mum's garage somewhere.
Yeah.
And so that was, yeah, way back then. And I didn't play it again, just life got in the way. And it wasn't until about start of 2020 where I actually got back into it. So that was the end of 8th edition.
Yes.
And at that stage, I wasn't interested in playing. I just thought I'd grab some models. I was just curious to try some painting and be a bit artistic. So I picked up some Harlequins, and turns out I'm not very
Yes,
good
I
at
have.
painting. But I did get the gaming bug again.
You were really
Yes,
good at
I.
running 9 Void Reavers, though.
I only did that once.
Yeah, and I remember it well.
Yeah, and then I lent them out to Chris to take down to Wellington to use them on my behalf.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I remember that really well.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I have seen your Harlequins, and I have played against your demons. That was not. That was fun. Yeah, I would say.
It was fun. It was a
Got
great game.
yeah, got completely smashed by the demon.
Yeah, they either went off, and they certainly did in that game, or they fell over. But
Yes, I was playing the Eldaris when you couldn't take off the invul save. Did not work with yours because yours was a
no,
special invul save. I was like, okay, come on, the
only
only
demon
army.
save. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that was a good. That was in OTT in Hamilton.
That's right. I think I pulled off the 9-inch charge with Scarborough into your
Yes,
firisms. Yeah.
yes, you did that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they were all piling in the corner. I was like, no, wait, I cannot run anywhere. So
No.
this is game over, game over.
Yeah, you made a nice little castle, and once I hit it, that was it.
Yes, yes, I
Nice.
remember that. Very, very, very vivid. And a part of the well, you were playing, you drop, you come back on 8th edition, or around there, start
Started
paint.
eighth, started painting, but then that's when COVID hit. So I never actually got to play eighth.
8th edition
It
was
was
COVID.
at the end of it, yeah, very end of it, and then
Holy,
ninth released right at the start of it. So
2020. Yeah, it's about around that time.
yep, so I was like
shit.
itching to go
Okay,
start playing ninth edition,
getting
and the
old.
first tournament was run by Hayden up in Whangarei, and I think he ran it the weekend after the lockdowns lifted. So I just jumped in
Is
my
that
car and
Ascension?
no, it wasn't even that. It was the event was called Welcome to Ninth Edition.
Right. Oh, right.
It
Okay.
it wasn't Kraken, it was
One
just
of the
Hayden.
learning
So
ones. Yeah.
yeah, so I just jumped in the car and drove up and back on the same day for that tournament.
Nice. I was
That
thinking because that's kind of around the time, end of eighth, when they started running some of the teams events, right? The first War Pause, I think, was
First War Pause. Yeah, I was actually
end of
there.
eighth. Yeah.
I was the TO for it.
is
Oh,
that
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
is
they
that
had someone
Warport?
else lined up who pulled out, and so I got a call from Hayden and asked me to come in and TO. So yeah, I suppose
Down
I've
in
been
the
involved
little
in the
basement. Yeah.
yeah
Well,
with
my
all the
next question was going
suits
to
of
be
armors around.
Yes.
how long have you sort of been playing teams format?
Uh, Playing, well, I missed out on the first one because I was just rules lawyering on that first one, but from the first Warp Wars, that yeah, I just was really just merking for different teams. I haven't been on
Yeah.
the same team twice since they all started.
A mercenary.
It's because you're always discovering new talent. I remember we had this conversation. That's why.
Am I okay?
Yeah.
It-
Growing the
it-
scene.
but
I think
so Teams is your so you started playing on Teams. But it is your preferred format, or you it doesn't matter for you.
I'm definitely a teams player. I think what sings to me is the differential playing. The singles format, it doesn't matter if you win by 1 point or 10 points. You're just trying to, it's like a drag race, just the first one to get the highest points. Whereas in teams format, there's a lot more strategy involved. You're not just trying to get your points
Yes.
high, but you're also trying to keep your opponent down. You're trying to create that differential. So it's a very different mindset between the two styles of game, and just one, I suppose, that I enjoy more.
So is that
That
kind of why you put your hand up for, see if we can get a team together over to Belgium, or
Yeah, I think I just thought it was a bit sad that New Zealand didn't have a team there yet. I just wanted to see New Zealand represented on that stage. We've got some great players. I think as a community, I think we are one of the most wholesome. There's just some great people involved, and I wanted to see us over there represented and just kind of show off what we've got going on around here.
speaking of which, Pato, I believe you have a photo of said team on
yes,
a stage.
yes, yes, I have one. Charlie, do you want me to show you with the extra kilos? You don't mind?
Yeah, just Photoshop me out, man. It's all good.
Okay, okay, there it is. I have seen that photo. I couldn't get that one on my hands. I definitely want it, but couldn't find it. We probably will get some more likes, but this is the first team. Um, well, we know we have here Charlie. You have seen everybody. Oh, okay, cool. Ooh. Uh, let's start from yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. Yeah, it's not filthy, and Ari, don't feel bad. They are very good. Yes, I know. What he was running? Ah, custom. Nice. That is amazing. Yes. Incredible. Oh, okay. That is incredible. Oh, we know the next one. Oh, come on. Oh, yes. We love you. We love you, John T. Yes, I love that. Still borrowing some from Charlie. He still does not have paint his whole faction, so jaunty. Yes, I know. Yeah. Oh, uh, Ryan. Yes, all good, Ryan. Oh my, classic. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, he is a really good lad. I from that team, I have been able to well, I have met John T, Ryan, of course, Charlie and Unari and I have faced them all playing in different tournaments. The other lads, I have not had yet the opportunity, but that looks like you had a really good team and you look like Bond very good. So, how did they? Because we Charlie was talking here, that you guys were having you have a shout out for who would like to participate. You have nine people in the first shout out, and then you try to bring more people. But how was that process to select? I guess yes, I can understand that in last minute you have people that is a lot of compromise on money. You know, life, family, a lot of things happens. But how's that process? How you get? Because sorry, I'm guessing, as you said at the beginning, you want to go and show how New Zealand, how good level of player we have, and also do well because you are going for the first time. You always try to win, but you know that sometimes it's not the reality. But how that process happens, how you get to say to somebody, you know, this guy had it's a good material for the team. How that I guess it's difficult also to be the person that points out, you know, you have a spot you don't.
Yeah,
How that works?
we didn't have a huge number of applicants the first year. Um, we had more than we had spots for, so I did have to tell some people they didn't have the spot, which is never an easy position to be in. But this process of selection was for each person looking at their tournament results, seeing how regularly they're attending the tournament scene, because you need people who are seasoned. Particularly, you want people who have had the pressure of playing at the top tables and know what that's like. You want to see people who know how to innovate lists or might be faction specialists. But particularly, you also want people who understand the team's format. So I think that was one of the big ones is through Warp Wars, NZTC, you got an idea of who was already involved in that format.
Yeah.
So that was probably the most important one was people who understood teams because it's very different from singles.
Yes, it is.
Yep. So and then the people who didn't make the team, a large part of it was because they didn't have the tournament experience. They typically play Garage Hammer. So feedback is just like find your local tournament scene, get involved, get that practice under your belt. I know New Zealand's fairly spread out, so we've now got a TTS league running.
Yes.
So if you haven't got a local scene to get into, you can jump on and play with us. We're playing WTC format, so you get exposure and practice with those more competitive style games. We've got quite a few of the NZTC, so of the WTC team playing in there as well. So you're going to get good opponents to practice again and learn quite a bit.
Yeah,
So
it's interesting because the when I start playing uh, here in New Zealand, the competitive, and one of the big changes, I guess, is the terrain. The terrain layout from the WTC, the WTC format versus any other tournament. It's a big difference. Like you have the terrains are all standardized, the size of the terrain, the size of the base, everything has a purpose there, and there is prepared maps. So when you go to tournaments and you play at the local tournament, you get different tables. Some of them are GW terrain, some of them don't have no terrain, so you have just a bowling ball. But
OTT.
yeah. Oh, come
Oh,
on.
shots
Yes,
fired.
we had a problem. Actually, we had a problem with OTT with terrain, but that gap has been filled.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
Yes, they have worked very hard to get up to the standard that is it is today. But yes, that that was one of them. But
My
it
Storm
is.
Surge loved it and thanks you.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, you were playing Iron Hands too over there. I was guilty of that charge too. Just shoot out your opponent with no problem. Um, but yes, I guess the now the WTC formats are more common and more I guess even single tournaments are using the terrain layout. As that thank you, I guess, to people is seeing that New Zealand went to the WTC, and is something that we are trying to improve, I guess. What do you think about that?
I think so. I think you touched on one of the previous episodes how Kraken really elevated the bar for terrain in
Yes.
tournaments in New Zealand, and they've kind of led the charge. They had their own Kraken tables. They developed their own unique terrain, and they didn't have any set layouts, but at least when you turn to one of their tournaments, you know you're going to have decent terrain.
Yes.
And so that was a big step for New Zealand. The step from there to WC terrain is, you know, each game you're going to be on a fairly balanced terrain setup. They put a lot of work into their maps, WC, trying to create a balance. You're trying to offset the advantage shooting armies have first turn. Always trying to make sure you've got an equal game for combat armies and shooting armies. So they put a lot of work in trying to create that balance. So as a tournament organizer, the WC format or tables kind of take a lot of the pressure off of having to try and create balanced tables. So it's very easy to pick up a couple of terrain sets and then you've got that weight taken. But as a player, helps with list building when you know what kind of tables or terrain format you're playing on. Like if you're playing on Games Workshop tables, you might make some tweaks to your list. Then WTC, same as if you're like the UK TC, their terrains are very different again. So I know over there David's lists were different than what he would play on WTC format. So, but locally for us, I think cost of terrain is not cheap here. So by going like buying a decent WTC set, you know at least your bases are covered. It's a good investment, I suppose.
Yes.
I think it's a little bit about, we were starting up at New Zealand as a Warhammer scene. We're trying to get into ANZTC as well, starting that up with Finn as the captain. And then we just realized that to compete on an international level, there was a lot of WTC format tournaments, and most of the teams have used WTC rules and terrain. And we just weren't equipped to deal with it. First ANZTC I went to, that was the first WTC terrain I played on. That was when it was still night, so we had vents, we had trees, we had all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you play against someone that has played the format, and I played against someone from Queensland, the Queensland Merc team. The guy was playing Harlequins. His first turn took about 4 minutes. He just got his tape out and he knew exactly where to put everything. And then I sat there going, what do I do now? We recognized that we just needed the practice. We needed to adopt some of the more common international formats if we were serious about competing outside of New Zealand.
Yeah, I think when we got the team formed, there wasn't even a WTC set of terrain in New Zealand.
No.
I think Tao's got the first one for us.
Yeah, so he had cut some for his Christchurch event, and I think we managed to cobble together a set. They didn't. I don't think they had bases or anything. So we had to. Oh yeah, that's right. You cut up bits of paper to use as bases
some
at the start.
black cardboard.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we were putting these cobbled. He had the 3-story windowless ruins. That was the big piece that most others didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we managed to because I picked up a couple of tables when I was down in Christchurch for the last Masters and brought it back with us. Just try to get some practice in.
That's interesting.
So that wasn't until I suppose the early 2024 we actually got some terrain to even start practicing with.
Yeah, I think one of the learnings that we brought back was we need to run more local events using the format, using the FAQs for the people who want to make sort of the national team and want to go compete overseas, to give them a place to practice, give people the chance to experience whether they enjoy the format or not, things like that. And I think in the last year, from what I've seen anyway, it seems like it's been picked up a lot. I mean, me and Patricia are running some small ones as well, trying to encourage people to adopt the WTC format and get experience that. I always make sure I put on one Super Owl map, just that WTC Super Owl, so people can see what that's like.
Yes.
Because it does change the game significantly, right?
The superhero are very, yeah, they have a big impact on how the game, because you don't have that in the regular one. So that is very, very interesting.
Um,
Yes,
sorry?
Charlie.
I was going to say, there were a few challenges, but Nari, as a captain, what are some of the challenges
Yes.
that you sort of faced? Getting the team together, getting the team prepared, sort of herding the ducks going in the same direction, and getting us all to Belgium on time.
Herding the ducks, getting you toward Belgium, I kind of left with you. I kind of trusted you all. That may have come back and bit me, but fortunately it didn't.
I was going to say, thinking back, we were not coordinated. We were all on different flights.
Different flights. Did anyone
some
actually
team members
share
were already
flights together?
there. No, at least
No.
I don't think so.
Jonty and I flew to China on the same flight, and then
Yep.
we got separated. I don't even know where he went from after that. We went to different terminals, and then somehow we met 2 days later. So
Wow.
I think
Because I flew to London and then took a Eurail on the same day, and I met up with Charles in Brussels.
yeah, because I met you in the lounge in Auckland, right
Yes,
as
right. Yes.
you were running out. Yeah. So you went to London. I went to China with Jonty. He went off wherever, and I flew from there into Amsterdam, stayed the night, and caught the train down from there. I think most of the team went into London. I think Charles went into Brussels. So yeah, there was no coordination. It was just everyone book your own flights, get there on whatever budget you've got.
Oh my, yeah, okay.
Be at this place by this date with your army, and
Yeah,
that's
that's it.
part
Like,
of it. Yeah.
we had accommodation booked, and then that got cancelled 3 weeks beforehand. So we had that last minute scramble trying to organise that as well. So the organisation wasn't even just be at this place; it was just be there at that time, and we'll work out where we're going to meet.
Holy macaronis. Okay, so
So
that's
yeah,
the first challenge, I guess. You don't know if your people is going, it's coming, there's going to be deported, or they lost the flight. No, knowing nothing of that. Okay,
anything could
cool.
happen. If anyone's going to be deported, it was probably going to be me. So that was not my concern.
I don't know.
So, but the challenges, it was a brand new edition, and it wasn't a challenge unique to New Zealand. Everyone was going through the same, but having 10th edition drop, it was a scramble trying to understand the entire new games. It was so different from 9th, using the mission decks and going back to an index hammer, so every faction was reset. So it was a lot of time spent in trying to understand that. Yeah, not just working out what the best 8 armies are, but what armies work cohesively for a pairings process.
Yes, I guess that's important for the people that have never played teams. That doesn't sometimes doesn't matter if you faction, or you are not one of the top factions, because in teams you can skew a list, and that can be very useful as a tool. But I guess with a new edition, that is, unless you were Eldar, everything
Yep.
was bad.
Yeah, Elder was an auto pick. I think a prime example of taking an off meta pick was Poland in their guard list, because everyone had written guard off, and they were the only country to take guard, and everyone's trying to understand how the list work, and every single one, Pumba just brought back the results. So
I think he was the top scorer.
yeah,
Yeah, individual placings, he was the top scorer.
top scorer.
Amazing.
So
He went
and
hunting for custodies very hard.
and like that's one of the benefits is that it doesn't have to. Like singles, you're trying to create lists that can take on all possible opponents, all armies. Whereas teams allow you to tailor a bit further. You can dedicate like 400 or 500 points towards your targeted factions to try and give you an edge up, or you can try and shore it up into what you think is your weaknesses.
Try
So it
and-
all depends on how you want to do your pairings. So there's a lot involved
on
in
yeah.
that process.
And with that, what were the expectations? Your expectations as a captain, as the first time going there. What do you? Because yeah, you are. This is our first time. We sometimes you guys like we are not going to win. But what was the what was for you the a win? Like what do you see it as? So we are if we do this, this is good. We are happy. What was the expectation there?
For me, I never set the sights on the podium. I didn't think that was something we could achieve. But I think for my main goal was that we went and we've just represented New Zealand to the best we could. Sportsmanship had to be number one for all of us, and I think we upheld that. I'm quite proud of everyone we took. I think it was a great team. The atmosphere in every game was amazing. Camaraderie was awesome. But I suppose just didn't want to place bottom of the field. So my expectations was probably a middle of the pack is what I was hoping we could achieve.
I'm
Fair
grinning
enough.
because you set a very clear expectation on what we had to do, Nari.
Actually, yeah, no, okay, I did. Our
There
goal
was
was to
one goal.
our goal was to beat or equal Australia's first placing.
Okay.
So the first year Australia attended, they also got 15th. So we equaled on that, but there was also only 24 teams in that year, whereas we had 36 in ours. So I think on a percentage-wise, we placed better than Australia did in their first year.
Yeah, because you get at the middle of the table. They didn't. So I will say that is good. So that was 15. That from 32, pretty much above the half line. And that
36,
eh?
36 teams, wasn't it?
36.
36 teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's way above from
Way,
the yeah.
way above the midline. So for me, we did way better than I expected.
So so how that feel that 15 for you?
It was amazing. I was so proud of what we did. In hindsight, I think we could have done better. I think if we had have gone with higher expectations, I think we could have actually knocked up a few places. I think we could have placed 10th.
Nice.
I think I should have gone Cows Nights, is what I'm thinking.
That's now that what time was Chaos now it's Custodes Charlie. But so I remember well we have talked with Charlie about the teams, but he said that that was the last game or was one of the games that you managed to win that you couldn't have jumped a couple of more spot higher, like 10 or something like that.
Was it Scotland round?
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah,
was
second last
six,
round.
was it? Yeah, round 6. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the results are there. The team first time there, you get 15. I understand that you also got you got a prize for the best newcomer.
Yeah, best newcomer or best placed new team. So we took out that one there.
And you beat so if I'm getting this math correctly, last year the year before was 2023
2022 was the previous year.
Yeah, how many teams was in that one?
I have it open here somewhere.
20
Although,
something.
I think
It was 28 in 22.
The best newcomer award, I think, was a new recognition for 2023. I remember them saying they hadn't had that award before.
Okay. So there were some teams that they were not very happy that New Zealand took that one. That's also there's some rumors there.
Oh, rumors like I've not heard these
the
rumors.
south of Africa was not very happy with New Zealand taking it. and now they are grudge against us. But yeah, that's so good. That's what that the people says in the streets. That's not me.
Oh, okay.
Bit of friendly rivalry there.
Maybe they should send a team over for NZTC next year.
That's a bit of a long way.
Yeah, well, it is. It is. um, so if you look back, it's been a year now. Um, what do you have done different from what you did compare? If you have to do it again, will you do anything different or all good?
Differently, I think one thing we were weak on was our 8-person pairings process. New Zealand, we only have 5-person
Yes.
tournaments. ANZTC teams are run on 8-person, so that's the only exposure we had to that format as 8-person, because 8-person is so different to 5-person. So trying to step up and wrap my head around how the pairings worked in 8-person was a big change. So I think doing more prep work on that side of it. I think looking at it though, I think our pairings was good. I don't think I would have changed anything. During our first round pairings with Australia, they definitely outpaired us right from the start, and that was quite obvious. But once I got through that, I understood how it worked. So I think you could see a marked difference from day 2 with our pairing strategy. And I think the results show that when we were 1 point away from a win with Belgium.
We drew Belgium, yeah. Where it was,
we drew.
Yeah.
One more point would have gotten us the win. And I think the pairings in that got us to that point. So, yeah, but I think more practice in the pairings. And I think just certainly just a lot more practicing of the games as well.
I think getting the reps in as well, with our team being so geographically diverse. Dave being in the UK and a couple of the boys in the South Island and Jonty in Hamilton, who's probably the closest to Auckland. It was actually quite difficult to get the team together for just getting, smash out those reps of preparation.
Yeah, like we only had the one team practice day, so trying to organise more of those would have helped a lot.
I mean, start of edition, we had to wait for an FAQ. We didn't even settle our factions until 4 weeks out from flying, something like that.
Yeah,
5 weeks out from flying.
Because I was the last person to allocate a faction to myself. Because the way I approached it was I would just pick up whatever faction needed to be piloted and just run with it. I was lucky and then I was able to get Elder. I think that was the easiest faction to pilot, so it gave me more brain space for the captaining side of it.
Yes, to get all the rest that it needed to think about it.
I offered you to trade.
I would not have managed GSC.
No.
Yeah. I underestimated the effort, the physical exertion required to play that army over 4-hour rounds where your army doesn't die.
Come on, man. That's as basic on GSC. Okay. Yeah. That's so good, Charlie. I thought higher of you, but so good. You keep disappointing me, man. After that screening on OTT with your Imperial Guard, with your guard.
You're going to bring that up on stream, on record.
Of course. Going to do it every time that I can. Love it.
This is what happens, Nara. He beats me once.
100% win rate. 100% win rate over Charlie Nari. So that's it. Excellent.
I got 100% over you, Patricio.
Yeah, I know. So it is what it is.
I can't say that. I'm like 50-50 with you, Nari.
Yeah, we trade each game.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Sorry. I always love to give shit Charlie when I can, so it is part of my job here. It's in my contract. So that's so good. For what do you recommend if for everybody that's listening and has not tried the Teams format, and what do you recommend for them, and like if they what do you see also that how it's going to be in the future the New Zealand team? Because yes, we this is the second time we are they're sending another team this year. That is fun that you mentioned. You had to 4 weeks before new edition, new books, everything is kind of similar what is happening now because we have the new mission pack, what looks
Yep.
like is a in a 2.0 version of this edition. But what do you recommend for people that will like to get into teams format? What is the potentiality to grow that national team? How do you see that?
I was trying to think where we run teams events here in New Zealand. Auckland, they're quite regular. I think Wellington run 2 events per year,
Yes, that's properly cooked.
properly cooked. I think
Yeah.
they're running 5-man events. And down Christchurch, I think they run 4-man teams. Yeah, I think it's the largest I've seen down there. Not sure how often they run them. Um, how to get involved? Find 3, 4, 5 other people who are like-minded, keen to try it out with you. Just convince them, come give it a go. And even if you are last team and you come in, you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna have a blast. Team format is just a lot more enjoyable than singles. I think one of the strengths of teams is even when you're in a losing match, there's merits to trying your best. Like
Break
in a
those
singles form,
points.
in a singles format, if you've lost the game, you've lost and you've knocked down that bracket. Whereas in teams, every point matters. So even when you're losing, you're trying to scrape those 1 or 2 points can do more for the team standing than the person who's gotten the best matchup and they just got an automatic 20. Like, it's on them to lose points. They don't have to do anything to earn those points. Whereas as someone with a bad matchup, you are the one having to put in that extra effort and pulling that team through. So yeah, I think it's a lot more enjoyable and a lot more rewarding for the effort you put into each of your games. Like every faction has its automatic weaknesses. Where as soon as you get that matchup in singles, you're like, this isn't going to go my way. It's a Hail Mary pass to
I'm done.
try and get that
Yeah.
win. I'm done, right? Just there goes my path to victory. I've yep. So whereas teams, it's not like that. There's a skill factor of it, and there's also so many people already in the team's environment who are passionate about the format and will help new teams and new players. So like I know coming to NZTC, if any team came up to me, I think Chris Voss is a few other players, and were like, we don't understand the pairings process, we'll jump in and absolutely help them, explain to them what they're trying to achieve, and give them some guidance on how to get through their first tournament with pairings. Because there is a learning curve to it, but
Yes.
once you wrap your head around it, you start to see the patterns and what you're trying to achieve in that. Because the pairings itself is a entirely different game to 40k.
That is the first, I guess that is the first half of the game, I will say, when you do the pairings, because it's a mental play there. You know what you need to put forward, why, what has your position, and it is interesting that you mentioned because the first time that I went to a teams was with the Hamilton lads. I was living in Hamilton, and the guys from Immortals put together a team. We went. I don't remember which one of the ones that Kraken did, but I was under in a subterranean with a lot of weapons around. So
That's the
apparently,
first one. That's
That
what
was the
the
first
first one
one.
was.
the
Yeah.
first one.
Yep.
So I was there. I remember that the terrain, they actually the terrains were all very different, and the ones that had they were light terrain, they were actually light terrain. There was no
They
way
were
too
playing a
high.
bowling ball.
Yes, and I was playing Space Wolves, same as this one, and I was just running a melee army, so it was really bad playing on those light terrains. But I remember I went there with knowing nothing. The guys from Hamilton told me, "Hey, do you want to jump in?" Well, yeah, cool. Well, I have never, and they they were talking about the pairings in the car, and I'm going to be honest. 3 years ago, my English was worse than it is now, so you can imagine. And they speak fast. I understand probably 50% of what they were saying. So they were trying to plan the stuff, and I was sitting in the back of the car, like, okay, cool, yeah, don't understand anything, yeah, whatever. And they say, yeah, Patricio, what do you think? Yeah, sure, yeah, right. And then apparently I was agreeing that it was a good mashup for me. That was not. It's
I
cool,
understand,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, fine. But and when I got into there and I played it, starting to understand, it's like, fuck, this is cool. I don't know if you hear, but I have been playing constantly since third edition up to this edition. So I have, and what you say is it's actually right. The teams event, the team format, it is way more fun, and is way more interesting on the way that you go into that. As you, yeah, if it's a bad matchup, doesn't matter. If I bring points, my team is not expecting me to bring points, but if I bring
Yep.
points, that means that I made a difference. I
Yep.
did a good job. It is
And
amazing that.
I wouldn't underestimate. Sometimes you might be getting your ass kicked, and you're going, "Sorry, team, I can only bring back 2 points." That's the 2 points the team needed to win or draw a round.
Yep.
Every single point is critical, right?
Yeah, and that is it is so good. Last team, I was playing with the bench warmers that I really love the guys, and was playing the last matchups against mirror match against Eldar, and I thought I was going to have troubles. I was going to be tied, and at some stage I was winning, and one of the lads comes to me. We need you bring it's 67. Now it was sorry 16 points. He says 16 points. If you get 16 points, we win the round. I was like, dude, I'm in 14. It's really difficult for me to push for more, and I got 15. And there's like, oh fuck, there's another tie. It's like, oh, we couldn't win. And when we were doing the math, actually the 15 was enough, so we won the bracket and we got the second place. It's like, oh, so cool. It's really really. I think the people needs to feel that experience, because yeah, it is, yeah, it is actually really really cool. I love it. Really love it.
Yep. Yep. I think the other strength or advantage of teams is you go to a singles tournament, you inevitably always end up playing against your sparring partner, the same person you play every day, every week. At some point, you're going to play against each other.
Yeah.
Whereas in a team's format, they're on your team. You can't play against them. So every round, you're going to be playing against other people who you're not regularly playing against. So that's one advantage. The other one is after you've done your pairings, there's a lot of benefit to having like a team huddle and coaching each one to go play. So like you might be an elder player and you get paired into Grey Knights and you may not have any idea how that matchup's supposed to go, but there might be someone else in your team who's a Grey Knights ace, and they'll just go, look, this is what they're trying to do. This is what you need to watch out for, and you kind of get coached as to how to score points in your game, and you don't get that in singles. In singles, everyone's watching out for themselves. So
Yeah.
in teams, you've got your friends and your teammates around you who are there to help you
And
get those
vice
points
versa. Yeah.
and vice
And
versa. So and if you've had a bad match, you've then got your teammates to talk over and debrief with it, and you kind of like you share your wins with teams, and there's nothing better than that.
Yeah. I
yeah,
think the
and it
worst
is a
is,
team effort. Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
I think it's the worst is
From
when you bring
preparation.
the 20 those 20 O's and you lose the 20 O and you feel so bad because you want to bring those points. You at least want to bring 1 or 2 points. And it's like, oh man, how did I get that 20 O? But at the end of the day, you see your rest of the team did well. So that's Charlie says, it's a team effort, and it's a complementation of that. Is really cool. Um, we have one more question regard like face of that, and this is the current team New Zealand. We know that they are preparing. That's one month away. for the WTC. They are working hard on that, and they have, I guess, that luggage of last year. You guys did very, very well. That 15 spot um, couldn't be even better. What are your words for to encouragement for the guys that are preparing themselves to go again and represent New Zealand one more time?
It's quite simple. Aim high. Aim high. They've
Be
got
in
it in them.
Australia? Oh, sorry, no. That's
No. I think whatever they set their sights on, I think they are more than capable of achieving. We've got a larger team this time. We've got a lot of coaches coming along to help support the team. We've got it in a lot more experience from the ANZTC teams who are used to the eight-man format. So I think we've got all the tools and the experience there. And I think it comes down to the drive of that team to get themselves to where they want to go. But I don't see anything stopping them from what they want to achieve.
That's
So
good.
Aim high.
Aim
high.
That is a
So
good.
we got to go to Beastie Burgers 6 times instead of 4.
6 times. Yeah.
Well, Charlie, you are going there as a coach, so
I am.
you are going to
That's right.
you are part of that Team New Zealand. Nari, I guess you this year, because you had a baby recently, it's one of the only reasons probably that you are not involved that hard on this, because what I can see, you are really passionate about the not only the format but also the represent New Zealand, which
Yep.
is it's really really kind of it's really cool to see. I can see that you glow when you talk about this and the team and everything. So congratulations for what you did and all the work. I know that was a team effort, but there's always a person that is behind moving the wheels to get to the point, and motivating others to I guess follow what you envision it. And last year, and I guess it's part of why the people is going this year again. So it's kind of like a legacy that is going forward. And
Yeah.
I'm quite sure that you will be uh, next year and as much as you can be always involved with New Zealand team and the WTC.
Yeah, absolutely. I would find any opportunity to go this year, but it's not possible. So, but I am looking forward to being able to join back with the team. There will be, I think I'll be the first person staying up all night and following any live coverage we happen to get and watching those scores as they roll in. So, yeah, I
We
am so pumped and excited for this year.
Yeah, that we I was thinking, well, I will say it here, Charlie, but I was thinking that at some stage you will need to do a couple of live or tactical Chile uh,
From Belgium.
from Belgium to report what is going on. I'm more than happy, as Nari says, wake up at any time, and we link, we go live, and we can share what's going on. You can tell us what is happening with the team, how everything is looking, and I think people will really love to have that kind of connection with the team and bring it more you know I'm a football passionate, so when it's the same. You want to see the game, not listening the radio, not look at the score at the end of the day. You want to watch it. You want to be part of what is happening, and I think we can probably make that happen.
We've got to figure out how to do a live stream then.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, I know how to do it. I will teach you everything, man.
So that's one thing we had last year was in amongst all the games, just messages coming in from people in New Zealand, just support messages, but also just asking how things are going and a lot of questions. And you did not get a chance to respond to people. Like we'd finish our games and you're automatically trying to prep for the next round because you've got an idea of who you're playing, and then just trying to get those matrices updated, and then your train set up and you get your next game. Then it's a long day playing games. And then by the time you finish, you're then racing across town to try and find the one or two places that are still open for food. And by the time you get that, then get back to your accommodation and you're trying to prep for the next day, and it's late nights. I think I got 2 hours of sleep every night
Yeah, we would be
for
doing
those
pairings practice up until 1, 2 a.m.
1, 2, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd wake up in the morning, you'd all come back together and you'd talk through strategies and prep work, and you'd have some practice games going on, and it was just long. So there was quite a few messages I didn't even get to respond to until like I got back to New Zealand. So having coaching stuff there this year, having those contact points which can help feed the information back out to New Zealand, I think is going to be advantageous. It's going to be nice. Like,
So what you're saying is, I need a social media manager on my team.
You do. I think that's probably one area I would definitely have improved from last year. Is I felt guilty that we weren't sharing the information of our experience, because we had a lot of people who donated money or participated in raffles to help get us over there, and I think as a team, you have a responsibility to share your journey and the joy that you're going through as being part of that. So I think that's one thing we can definitely step up this year and next year. Is just
feedback received.
feedback.
Make sure
I guess,
we put that
but
into the pack.
yeah, yeah, even when you organize a tournament and oh yeah, I need to take pictures, and it's like you are so into to make sure that everything that you are planning goes according to that plan, and everybody's having the time that they, you know, yeah, don't feel bad about that. It's part of what it is. First time you get the lesson, you learn, take
Yep.
that, and then Charlie now is our social media person.
Yes,
You
at
can
least this time I won't receive a whole bunch of messages while I'm getting 20-0'd by Australia.
that's an improvement, Charlie. That's an improvement. But yes, that sounds very good. I really really again I really appreciate your time, Nari. I know we did not give you too much time to prepare for this, but I think that that also make it more genuine. You really talk from the heart, and we really appreciate that. We definitely want to see you back to the WT to do NCTCs and World Wars. Bring your mercenary teams up and down. I
Yep.
stole stole one of your players, Josh, and I'm stalling some of the NCTC ones, like John T and Ryan and Charlie. So we're
Yep.
You
trying
stacked your
to,
team, is what you did.
It's a very good team by the sounds of that.
yeah, we are trying to also give it a go to try to compete harder. So lift other teams to do the same, and that subsequently make more, trying to bring more competition on the teams, so we are more prepared in the future.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you again. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you. But yeah, I'll see you this weekend at NZTC.
Yes, you are our TO.
I am the TO.
Yes, thank you for that, because you saved Charlie, so now Charlie can play.
Yes, thank you very much.
Cool.
That is so good. Are you coming with your newborn, or is staying at home?
I should be staying at home. I think it's too long of a day, and I don't want to expose it to all the filthy, germy nerds.
There's
fair.
filthy Warhammer players. You can say it. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
It would be funny if she was handing out some yellow cards, red cards, just
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a few Nurgle players there.
Yeah.
wait,
Probably.
aren't you playing Nurgle?
I may be printing some Nurglings at the moment. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. You hear it here. The new flavors are coming.
New flavors. I can fit 9 Nurgling bases on a single print bed.
Yes. Yes, you can. I can actually fit 3 Thunderwolf cavalry in one single. Sorry, 6 in one single print base. So yeah, it's not for me, but
Okay, everyone, this has just turned into a 3D printing podcast.
Oh, sorry.
We're just going to pivot to.
Just because you're jealous you didn't have 9 Void Weavers.
Yeah.
I didn't have a printer back then. I do have a printer now. I'm just
Oh,
too
there we
lazy
go.
to use it.
Yeah, you don't use it. I have 9 Void Weavers. No, I think I have 12. Um, thank you, Ashley. They are very good here in my garage. I took it from him. Uh, well, I think that we are going to wrap it up. Charlie, any last thought or anything you want to ask Nari or say to her? She was the captain last year. You went there. You were behind her, trying to get those results. And what I hear, you just give 20 O's.
Yeah, well, I get 20. No, thank you, Nari, for I guess kicking off the New Zealand, WTC scene and driving a lot of the new competitive sort of standards that we're seeing now. And for year one, just going in with very minimal expectations, you found a great group of people who were there just because they were passionate about the game, and I thought that was a great team for a first year.
Yeah.
And hopefully we go back and smash it and show them New Zealand can, rumble at the top 10 sort of level, right? And it would
Yeah,
be great to play some of those bigger countries.
I'll be surprised if we're not in that up in that placing this year.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
So yeah, no, again, yeah, very proud of last year's team and so happy with everyone who came along as part of it. It was yeah, I was privileged to be the captain of that team. But yeah, just really excited to see what this year's team is going to achieve and just follow along.
We'll
And
be following
just
up.
encourage everyone just to jump on board, support the team, follow them as they go along. It's only a month away, and
Literally fly out next month. Yeah,
there we go.
exactly 30 days, 31 days. Yeah.
Go for
Sometimes.
it. That's so good. Thank you, Nari.
Awesome.
And we will
Thank you.
be probably um, calling you sometimes for another interviews and maybe to review after what happened with the team with a different, now with the results and how that went. That will be also good. So hopefully that is something that you are happy to do with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a call.
You can track my War Master progress, see how many times I get 20 odd.
Oh, we will do that, Charlie. We will do a podcast with that and we put it up, your results on the YouTube, so it's immortalized.
I should get Nari to write my list for War Masters. That'll be a hoot.
You don't want that.
No, not after the ad make list you wrote me for TTS.
I mean, you saw the list I sent you today.
Yeah, I think that's.
You-
I don't want to carry that to Europe though. That's
Yeah, no, you don't.
It's too many models.
too
You
many
thought
bugs.
GSC was bad to play.
I still can't believe you talked me into that, and I painted the entire thing in a month.
I think that was one of the
That
biggest
was
challenges
my
we've
biggest
had.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, getting an actual GSE army painted with the right loadout to battle ready. Yeah, that was
That's crazy.
fun.
Fun days.
Awesome. Thanks,
Cool,
Nari.
Nari.
Thanks for coming
Thank
on
you.
our show.
See ya. Bye bye, Nari.
See you
Bye.
this weekend.
Okay, Charlie. That was really, really, really good
Lots of great
interview, man.
memories. Lots of great
Yes.
memories, mate.
I can guess that.
Yeah, lots of plays I wish I did differently. You're just reminding it's all coming back now.
It's every tournament that we played. Every time I could have done this. I could have played this, but
Could
I
have
guess
screened better. Yeah.
oh, you could have screened better, 100%, man. My Scourges and my D cannons love your screening,
Yeah.
and you
No,
could
that's why you
create
get
more.
nerfed.
Yes,
That's why you get nerfed.
and you could create more objectives points because the
Don't
ritual is
don't
more than
remember
2.
that. Don't remember that. Fake news.
Nah, that's good. I think
So
the fact that we can talk with Nari and she shared with us all the experience, that is a very good kickoff for what we are trying to do, and hopefully we can bring to people more of this, more of the what this experience is, so they can
absolutely.
get that passion and start the fire on the players and WTC format get more popular.
Absolutely. Paolo, do you want to just give our listeners a bit of a sneak peek into some of the episodes that we've been planning for the series?
Yes, we are planning to talk with the captain of this year, so Finn Decker. We have that lineup. He has been also very busy trying to get the team sorted, and with the change of the edition, there's a lot of preparation for them, factions, all the nerves and buffs on list.
Oh
So
no. In case like the other countries are listening, no, we got it all sorted. Super
all
cool stuff.
sorted. Yes. Okay.
No
Cool.
problem.
Then we are going to bring a couple of the last year players also. John T and John T and Ryan. We have also players that are going this year, Cam and Michael Taylor. So we are going to, trying to talk with all of them to tell us the experience of going for the first time, um, preparation, what's the aim personally, how they get involved on this madness, and all of that. So yeah, we expect to bring a lot of content for you guys. If you want to if you want to hear something or you want to ask anything, please leave it in the comments. We are going to be we can use that information and ask to the next guest, or Finn or any of the New Zealand players from last year or this year, so that way we can give you what you guys are expecting to hear basically.
Awesome. I think that wraps
Um,
us up.
yes. That's wrap up this episode. Thank you everybody as always for stay up to this long.
Yeah.
This didn't take that long this time. So we are trying to improve. Anything, guys, if you want to tell us how we can do this better, what do you think about? Please leave the comment. Um, Also, if you subscribe to the channel, we really appreciate it. Everything that support us to keep doing this, we, keep encouraging us to providing more content to you guys.
Yep. And depending on when this episode comes out, tune in as we're going to try and fit in a quick NZTC pre-NZTC session as
Yes,
well to
that
look at some of the interesting lists, some teams, what our prep has been as a team going into NZTC.
yes, because Tactical Chili and Holy Cow Militaries are bringing a team. It's called the Chili Cow Cartel. Yes, it is called the Chili Cow Cartel. So we are going to be talking with all of you about the preparations and what was that for us as team. So yeah,
Awesome.
thank you.
Thanks everyone.
And see you later, Charlie, as always.
See you later.
Bye.